So, I want to take a moment and have a chat about reality. I feel like we collectively, especially as younger people, have been caught up in aesthetics. I am definitely, I have been caught up in aesthetics. I was thinking today how I wanted to get back into my craft, witchcraft, art craft, writing craft, all of these things. And I have some experiences that I want to share, but I'm not an aesthetic person. This is about as much as aesthetic you're going to get with me. Um, it's not that I don't necessarily know how to make things beautiful. And I'm not a designer, set designer in that way, but I don't care. I'm one of those people when I give information, I just want to give the information. Um, Let somebody else put great aesthetics behind it. I want reality back, you know? Like back in the day when YouTube was just people and a camera. I miss that so much. Some of my favorite YouTubers, some of my favorite witch YouTubers, they weren't aesthetic videos. It was them talking about something they're interested in or something that they've been feeling or thinking. And that was enough, you know? Some may have had a little bit of aesthetics here or there, but it was mostly real, just real, raw, uncut chat. And it was honest. And that's what I want to get back to. That's what I want to see more of. And that's what I want to give more. So I've never been an aesthetic girl. I have no desire to become one. It's exhausting. Unless it's an aesthetic that I already have, like my altar. But I just want to be, you know. I was thinking about what ways will my witchcraft take shape now, you know. Before, I feel like in the very beginning it was very performative, I think, for me and my brain. And sometimes that's what's needed. It needs some performance, some form of aesthetic to get you in the mood for what it is that you're trying to achieve. And witchcraft has always been portrayed as something that you're trying to achieve, an effect that you're trying to get. And for the most part, that's true, but I'm realizing that it's really not. Witchcraft doesn't have to be about seeing some sort of outcome, it can really just be about being present with yourself in the moment. The most presence I have is, I know you probably can't see it. This is a jar of rocks, some river rocks, some shiny rocks, some glass, some crystals are in here, and I would just, some shells are in there. I would just dump them out and play with them and arrange them in different shapes. Whatever shapes my spirit felt like I wanted to arrange them then. Sometimes I would do a little divination with them, but mostly it's just expression. Like this one, this is a piece of glass. Just a little glass pebble you put at the bottom of a vase. And there's some crystals in here too. I believe I can't see. It's kind of dark. I believe this is a crystal, a quartz. Just a low grade quartz. But anyway, I just sometimes I just do this. I just want to hear the sound of all of them moving around. And that's the whole craft. That would be the whole practice. Just sitting under candlelight, moving rocks around my table. I don't have anything that I want to ask for. I just want to be and ring my bell over there because I like bells. Play with my crystal. Sometimes I would spend hours just looking at the. Hours is an exaggeration. I would spend at least a solid hour just looking at the different creations inside of it. Bought this crystal a long time ago. I think I took down the video about it on my channel, but like that. And I would just see if I can make refractions with it on the inside, see the little rainbows. I feel like that's all witchcraft has to be. Just a sense of presence. Just being here with yourself. I don't know how other people's craft looks, but mine is not an aesthetic. It's not all of these different things and herbs, and you don't need any of that shit. I mean, that's just my opinion. I have never needed any of that stuff, truly, to get what I wanted. It was just something for my eyes, you know? Something I think to convince myself that I was powerful in that moment. But I've never really needed anything. And I don't think any of us need anything. When people say, oh, this herb is for this crystal is for that. Bullshit. It's for whatever you say it is. Anything else is just something somebody made up. I truly believe that. It's all bullshit. And I just don't want no more of that. I don't want no more of the aesthetics. I don't want to know more of the performance. Like, I was scrolling through Facebook, which I hadn't been on Facebook in years, like really been on Facebook. But it's kind of like the new TikTok, Instagram now. It's kind of weird. Because I remember when Facebook first came out. God damn, I feel old as shit. I remember when Facebook first came out and everybody was hopping on it. I'm like, what the fuck is Facebook? All of my friends was telling me about it after MySpace. Well, it was a Facebook MySpace thing for a while, and then MySpace kind of went belly up, which I was heavy on the MySpace. But but anyways, I really feel like millennials was the experiment. We were experimented on. I think there's proof of that. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. But it was heavy on the vibe. Everything was heavy on the vibe at that time. And just connecting with people, like really connecting with people. I don't know what point it got weird. I take that back. I do know what point. When money became involved. When money gets involved, everything gets weird. But yeah, I was scrolling through Facebook and there was always my whimsy house, my, witchy this, or my 90s, which is beautiful to look at. I'm not saying it's not beautiful, but I don't want to see that shit no more. Like, that's great, and the girls who dress up so beautifully in boho and the whole look is beautiful, but it's so performative. When you really think about it, like, somebody really set up a camera to watch you, for you to watch them light a candle. That's crazy. Like, when you think about it, that's fucking crazy. Somebody set up a camera for you to watch them go about their life. And it's like, are you really? And for the people who intentionally do it performatively, like Alwyn, I love her. I love her music. She's a pianist as well. She's a YouTuber. I don't know how to say Alwyn. I don't know. I'll probably link her below. But anyway, she's a YouTuber and she intentionally makes fantasy, fairy tale. She makes witchcraft come to life in a fantasy. And I think it's to help people fantasize their life, romanticize their life, which I feel like is necessary as well at times to make things not be so mundane. That's her shtick. But the people who try to be real and act like this is their everyday life, excuse me, I'm over it. I'm so over it. I just want to get back to real shit where people doing this, talking to the camera, you looking at one thing and letting the vibes vibe. Shout out to my Aunt Arlene, who passed away recently. These are her things. Beautiful red cups um, that I've inherited. No, my cousin was giving stuff away. And there's some more of these I'm going to get when she decides to finally get rid of everything. Because she said I could get more, but I was like, I don't usually drink out of stuff like this. I'm not going to drink out of that. I know me. But I didn't think about the fact they would make amazing candle holders, which they do. Just beautiful. This is an actual candle holder, though. But anyways, things like this, romanticize my fantasies about vampires and shit, and the gothic thing, and light gore. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm not a blood and gore kind of person, but I do like a little light baby gore. But anyway, just real. And I do want to make more videos like these, just talking about things that I'm experiencing. But I'm still trying to figure out what my witchcraft is going to look like going forward. Again, I don't want it to be some sort of performance for myself. I want it to be practical, but I want it to be a way, just ways to just express myself, in all the ways that I'm feeling. I'm on vacation this week, by the way. And this is day 2 of my vacation, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Um, tomorrow I do have to go to work at my other job, but it's a whole nother story. I got 2 jobs. But anyway, that's light work though, by comparison. But anyways, just thinking about the things that I want. I can see myself, places I can see myself being, and things that I dream of doing. That's my question. How can I manifest that? You know what I mean? But not just manifest it, but live it. Live it right now. I would love to live in Arizona. I would love to live in Sedona. It's very expensive out there, though. For at least a year, but I would really like to have one of those adobe houses. I just love that aesthetic. It just reminds me of the native look when they built those adobe style homes in the mountains and things like that. I would love to have a house like that with the arches. It has like a lot of archways and very unique character feel homes. I would love to have that. And maybe one day I will. I'm going to say that I am. But how could I live that today in my daily life? And I think writing, I could live in that life because I can see myself writing in a beautiful home like that, looking at some beautiful rocks and mountains and landscapes, deserty landscape. I love the desert. I love that look. I think there's something so purifying about the desert, something that really strips you bare like no other landscape. I feel like forest and forestry. I love forest and trees. I want to be surrounded by trees at some point as well. I feel like that's just like being hugged by nature, being surrounded by the breath of another being, these tall trees. But I feel like the desert really strips you bare. It strips you bare and it forces you to let go of the facade of the beauty that you try to keep up in different places in your life. You know, when you start to sweat and you're tired and you need water, and then all of a sudden this delicious dry breeze just blasts you across the face, you know, and it's beautiful. It's hot. I love the heat. I love it when it's like burning hot. Like it feels like the sun is punishing. It feels like it's about to kill you, smite you, or some shit. I fucking love that feeling. Just like that right before you feel like you want to pass out. I definitely have some ancestors born and raised in some savannas somewhere, or if it's native ancestry in the Midwest, not in the mid, in the West, like, which I have a great connection to the west part of Texas. But anyway, um, but yeah, something about that landscape just strips you bare and forces your eyes open, especially when those beautiful mountains show their faces. You know, I want to be amongst that and in that, and in a happy place within myself and within the things that I have around me, within the people that I have around me as well. And I plan to make it there, make it my business to make it there one day. But while I'm here, I can live my life like I'm already there and do the things that I would do if I was there as best I can. Those are the real things that I want to experience in my everyday life. Not none of this aesthetic bullshit. Just simplicity and simple beauty and honesty and rawness and openness. That's what I care about. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and my beautiful cup candle holders. I think they're so glorious and amazing. I love that. Look at that. Something about that is so wonderful. The shadows that the candles make. Anyway, love you.